Alright, welcome back. James making weird noises with his mouth when he's supposed to be quiet, but that's okay. We are, of course, on Overgrowth. Ladies and gentlemen, it's game number 2. Spawning in the top right corner of the map. He's leading 1-0. It's the Red Zerg DRG. Don't ray good.
The bottom left as the blue Protoss. It's super.
Feeling okay there, James?
Yeah.
Okay.
Loading screens are always too boring.
I know. That's why we do the map
Bye.
intros, man. We got to make them a little more fun. But as we rock through this series, guys, do keep in mind we still have the winners match, the losers match, and the finals. So if you're just joining us on the cast, fear not. You've still got 3 best of 3s ahead of you with really fantastic players with Hack and of course. First. That's right. I keep wanting to go for Yoda, and it's like, oh, sorry, Yoda's not here anymore. But yeah, First and Hack are the other 2 players in this group, so still lots of good StarCraft ahead of us. But a pilot coming down with a forge already finished up.
Rush.
So this is kind of like why it's not unexpected for someone like Super to do this. It's not unexpected for Protoss, period, to do something like this. And I really think that's why last game, DRG just went straight to that 3rd base. He's like, you know what, you're probably going to pile on my natural. I'm not going to waste time doing that dance of drone versus probe. He just throws down the hatchery much earlier.
Yeah. Fortunately, all the drones are already here. It's going to be hard for Super to actually get anything done. And he actually, yeah, just goes up on it and goes for the Nexus.
I actually really like that they didn't pull too many drones. I think someone once said 3 was the perfect amount. Before I'm liking, takes the pylon down, doesn't take too much guff for it, and goes to mine as soon as it's finished.
Well, that's that was supposed to be very exciting, and it turned out not to be. So
No, he didn't even try. He's
cool.
like, he might as well just cancel that pylon. Like seriously, I don't know what he was planning to do after he ran the probe out. At that point, you're like, I'm done. Peace.
There's like some mind games that go down, right? Where it's like, they might think that I'm going to cancel the pylon, so I'm not going to cancel the pylon. They're going to send their drones back. But they know that I know that I know that. Like, it keeps on going.
Freaking Inception, man. That was a ride and a half of a movie.
I just kept seeing Reapers coming down from the air when I heard that sound.
Okay.
That's StarCraft 2 Reapers. Mass Effect Reapers.
Oh, okay, that actually makes
guys.
more sense. You get the little like dubstep lasers too.
No,
Mass
like,
Effect 2 is
Reapers.
such a good game. Oh my god. I know everyone hated it. I loved it.
No, I loved 3. Like, they didn't like the ending. Everyone loved the actual game. I didn't actually mind the ending, but the game itself, like the like cinematography or whatever, I don't know words, of like when the Reapers land and they got like the bonk sound, like that's sick.
That's what I always thought Colossus were gonna be like, right? But now Colossus are these things that are just like pew, pew.
Well, it's the legs, right? Like the Reapers have like these really cool like claws, okay, and they're legit, okay. You're not gonna like tear those off.
What I'm hearing is to save StarCraft 2, we should change the Colossus to look cooler.
Well, yeah, and that's like it's gonna like fall over if you push it.
Yeah, with Viking just headbutt it.
Seriously, like
Yeah,
Suicide
why
the
not
one
Suicide
Viking
Viking?
into it, and
Yeah.
it just like collapses, and it's like I can't get up.
Headbutt.
Can you imagine that thing like getting up? Like how does it even
It'd be
live?
so scary.
Like,
It'd be like the biggest scourges you've ever seen.
oh,
The
God.
Vikings just flying kamikaze all over the place. Alright, we'll leave balanced talks for another time. We never have good balanced discussions here on stream. It's always the worst ideas coming out of Zombie Grub and myself. But this game, Super is actually gearing up for a +1 attack. He's got those gateways finished up in just a second's time. This is almost as scary as a 4-gate. I ask a lot of Zerg players like what they hate more. And I think everybody unanimously says the 4-gate, but the +1 weapon 3-gate attack can be very, very deadly as well. It's going to make sure these zealots absolutely wreck lings. It hits at a time where there's not really going to be a lot of roaches out, and quite frankly, DRG or 3 queens might not be enough to defend this 3rd.
I think you guys missed the pro league the other day.
You're really quiet right now, dude.
Hello?
There you go.
There you go.
Hey.
I had to scream.
That was weird. Sorry, no, you were saying something, but that was like really quiet.
Five queens and 3 queens in a pro league a couple days ago. I think it was Sue with 5 queens, 5 sisters, what the caster said. And then who was that played next?
Yeah, five seems to be a magic number. We see that out of Impact a lot, actually. He's set off a lot of crazy stuff with 5 queens, but you know, these are 3 queens that don't have transfuses, and that's what's so scary about this. So he's going straight for the throat. +1 is done, so the Zealots just 2-shot the Lings instead of 3-shot them. They dissipate. Some drones might even need to be pulled. Yeah, catches them on the reinforcement.
Really well done.
Yeah, queens are all alive, and
Lost
that's
3.
That's key, yeah. Trading on army value for army value doesn't really matter as a Zerg player as long as you keep that drone line going, as long as you keep that economy high. 51 workers for now is perfectly fine. He's making a lot of lings, and Metabolic Boost finishes here in just a moment's time, so I think Super might want to consider recalling.
yeah. But a classic follow-up. I'm gonna go for the Mortal Sentry all in? Question mark.
I'm just gonna lose everything instead of recall. I don't know how I feel about this.
Not gonna recall.
What a
Well-
late recall. I was like, well, maybe he won't because he needs to.
One
get it.
really hurts Zealot.
Yeah, it almost would have been better just to walk home and save the energy.
It's like that motion course, like you will survive, and it's like dying. Thank you.
You've been
Maybe that was
chosen
got
by
some
that.
potential.
You've been chosen by the Kala. You will live and tell the story.
What is that from?
Isn't that the Protoss god?
Oh
shit over?
yeah. Okay, yeah. You're right. Well, the Hydralisk then is it's actually not gonna be a Mortal Sentry all in, but it's gonna be in all in. But just with the Colossus, I feel like the Colossus are gonna come out so late. Like the Hydralisk's already done. DRG is on a pretty stable economy. I don't know.
Well, the upgrades for Super are definitely a big boon going his way. It's something we often see for Protoss anyways. Where they get those upgrades up, but it's usually weapons just chronoed out to +3. You don't usually see them rotate back and forth to 1-1. But I guess kind of limited at the moment because he doesn't have a Twilight Council. New gateways did finish, going to turn these into some warp gates and eventually move here towards the Colossus. But I guess the big question to pin up right now is, will Super go for a third, or is he actually just going to stick to that 2 base?
Either way, the timing seemed like, just bad all around, right? Like, he's on 8 gateways, so we'd expect an all-in, yet the Colossus are going to come out for another minute, and he's going to have so many Hydras, and it's going to be 1 Colossus. Similar to getting a third right now with Lings right there, like, it just doesn't seem like it's going to go well either way for Super, but force fields can always be the difference and the win maker.
I mean, DRG knowing that there's no third and most likely it's going to be some sort of an all-in with robotics tech, he's upgrading not the speed Hydralisk but the range first.
Yeah, range is usually defensive, although it just usually comes out first, like, at all, but especially on the defensive. The Spire's not going to be ready quite in time. Yeah, no, actually not in time at all.
Time warp goes down initially, but some force fields to cut these off. Of course, it's going to be really difficult to engage. Without a lot of stalkers, he actually can't really tangle with the Hydralisk, as strange as it is to consider. Anything he force fields in, he's just going to be in range to get shot at by the Hydra sitting behind the force fields.
Yeah. And this is buying enough time to get to those Corruptors. Like, not only does he have to pull back here, wait for the pylon, but he also either has to wait for the creep, and I don't think he's an observer, or just go on to creep, which is, still not as good versus, like, Protoss as Terran, but still pretty nice.
I think he's just planning on hugging the Protoss army.
Hugging it?
Or-
Just, like, surrounding it?
Yeah, hugging.
Okay, it sounds like you're saying hucking.
It does. It really does.
Like you just hucked something into the garbage. Or huck the StarCraft 2 player, I don't know.
Yeah. Oh, that's gonna work out. He's gonna have 9 Corruptors. Like, I don't know.
Does he even need Corruptors?
Probably, because the thing that's gonna happen is that DRG doesn't feel comfortable to push out, so he's gonna get stuck in this little third trap.
Yeah. Let's not forget force fields is going to make it very difficult for the Hydras to engage. So the Corruptors, perhaps a little bit more worthwhile than we are giving them credit. But these Lings, I don't like that they're coming home. They should have come from the backside.
Yeah, maybe. He does move the Spine Claws. I like that. So waiting for more reinforcements. The Glistening Colossus is a really good move.
But there's
It
another
is
tier.
seen. Yeah. Still, like,
He'll know.
The shots, a couple shots are already wasted just because, and he does focus fire right now.
Zealots dissipating towards the north. Lings are just baiting shots here while this goes on. The last Colossus falls, and now Super's left with a very gateway-centric army against anti-gateway units. Drones are being pulled out of DRG. Ooh.
That was interesting.
Seems a little bit
Scared.
desperate.
Didn't do much, but Hydras with that DPS taking down everything.
Well, they don't actually have any upgrades for them, so like their base damage is, their raw damage is really high. It's really powerful, of course, but Super doesn't have a lot of upgrades going for him either, which makes this sort of naked Hydralisk composition a little more tolerable for DRG.
Well, the Force Fields, they're still in a very abusive position on the right side, but every time that Super seems to try and go for it, DRG is on it. Like, he still has creep spread over there, so it's not as abusive. Oh, 2 more to the top, but they're still reaching over the Force Fields.
Yeah, and this is the problem. That nice range bonus on the Hydralisk just makes them so good at fighting around these force fields. Link's coming from the
Yeah,
backside
now
to
the
surround.
Sentry's
No
a lot of
recall for this
work.
one, and this is going to crush Super. The last few of his units are starting to die off. There's a Zell up bravely on the front lines, but that's not going to buy much time at all. And with the Immortals falling, and same with the Sentries, Super tries to take a third, but there's no way he defends this. He's got no units at home.
Yep. Counterattack will be swift, and it will definitely cancel the third. I don't know how long.
Good games.
Not that long.
All right, so this means DRG is going to go to fight first in the winners bracket, but not before Super fights against Hack here in the losers. So we're going to have a TVP coming up next, guys.